my gate. I feel like I went through the middle of it. That was my perception anyway. Yeah, see, not exactly right. So I didn't get a great one. It's very interesting to look back at this. Yeah, that's not a good one. Pulled long to 2 and kind of, pulled all the way to 2. Turned like hell. It's not a bad 2 considering. And then into 3, my aim the whole set was to try and bring my inside hip out so I could get a bit of a turn. And okay, it's not perfect. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but it was enough to get around 4. And let's see, got pretty close.
There you go.
Just making sure I'm not going to hit the side of that beautiful boat.
You almost wrapped your wrist around that handle.
And I kind of saw that. Yeah, I need to maybe get a different handle or something, but
or just put some protectors.
Put some protective on it. Yeah, something. I mean, we saw Brooke Broadwin a couple of weeks ago get all wrapped up in the handle, which was terrifying. That I had a call with
that was a head that wrapped round.
Oh, it was terrifying. And my friend Glenn Campbell called me this week and said, everyone needs to be a bit smarter and what's the best way. And I think we need to. That's a discussion we all need to have. Maybe those sleeves on the handles so that the rope doesn't coil around you. It pushes the coiling further out.
Or maybe like the plastic sleeves across the whole 5-foot section. That stiffens
something
up.
Like that. I mean, it could save a life. So maybe I don't know. Maybe we got to think about that.
Indeed. And well, you're through to the next round of the competition. You pretty much knew that right from the jump. Now you're going to be skiing, I believe, last out due to your backup score in the seeding. So what's going to be your plan of attack?
Well, I tried to treat that like a dry run for the final. I knew that I was through, but that the last thing you want to do in a tournament situation is to go, oh, the pressure's off, because if I do that, then I'm not hyping myself up for the next round. So the whole of that round there, I'm really, in a way that you can't really do when you're skiing for trying to get the best score. I'm really focusing on my keys and trying to figure out what works best on the water today with my ski, with the boat, with the driver. And I think I got a little bit of I was frustrated yesterday. 1 and 2 at 41 couldn't have been much better, and I messed up 3. So here I've got with a worse gate and a worse 1, I got around 4. So moving in the right direction. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to be last out. I knew if I got around 4, I would tie Will's score. I've got a better count back. So
and Will actually noticed that something was up with you between the last tournament of Trophy Lakes and now, that you've actually been working on something.
Well, so that's interesting. He said that. I was really bummed at Trophy Lakes. I mean, not to make excuses, but I was on a new ski, having done a silly front flip in training and hit put a hole inside of my ski with my reflex boot. So but I didn't. Straight after Trophy, I didn't have a good week of training, and so the last week I went, I'm going to go back to basics. I'm just not going to focus particularly on 41 scores. I'm just going to try and focus on what I need to do. So it's about the old cliche about the journey and what gets you there rather than the result. And I think that I've come into this tournament having not missed a pass in a whole week, just doing a lot of 39s, feeling pretty good at 41.
Well, good-o. Wish you the best of luck going forward. I'm going to let you go and get yourself towed off, because the pro rounds of slalom are going to come round pretty darn quick with the second half of amateurs going on right now. Okay,
so I need to go and get some food in me before I starve before the next round.
May I recommend Jimmy John's? They're freaky fast.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope they paid you to say that, Tony, because you're in a very privileged position to be telling the water ski world what to eat. So. Thank you very much. We'll catch up soon.
No worries. You have a great one. That is Freddie Winter, and we're seeing the instant replay of Brian Falks. Not looking bad at all. Not too sure what he came in on so far as his opening speed, and I believe our skier about to take to water will be Brandon Waters. He is on dockside right now, as you see him. This looks like 16 meters to me. And certainly in pretty good shape, no doubt about that from Brian. Sure, he's getting some plenty of support from his team members. This is actually, for all intents and purposes, a team competition, and They all ski, the team members all ski, and they shoot, and they also play a little bit of top golf, which will take place a little bit later on this evening. So actually, for Brian Falks, he went in on 16 meters, came back on 14, 32 off. It's coming up next. Best scores that he's produced in the last couple of days, half at 13 meters, which is this pass coming up, and 2 in the round just before. So now this is 13 meters. Round 1. Yeah, just couldn't make it to 3, so he's going to tie his best score with 2. So 2 buoys at 13 meters is going to be his tied best for this competition. Brian Falks. We are in the second half of our amateurs for round 3. How many skiers do we have? We have 16 skiers remaining in this second half of the amateurs, and then we'll go into the pro competition full bore. So based upon his previous round, I would say that Brandon Waters will be coming in at 52, 18.25 meters, unless he feels frisky enough to go higher. And absolutely right on the money there with round number 3, Brandon Waters, 32.18. 52.18, I beg your pardon. Nicely done. Can't fault him on this pass at all. So Brandon Waters, what can I tell you about him? Well, not too much. At least enough to fill the one side of an announcer sheet. He's the owner of an accounting firm. He prefers skiing, building things, traveling, spending time with family. Age 40, comes to us from Quincy in Illinois, but makes his home now in Lady Lake in Central Florida. As we take a quick look at our healthy crowd of skiers and athletes underneath that tent. He's won a few titles along the way, Brandon Waters. And he's been skiing for about 10 years. Since the age of 10, which means he's been skiing for 30 years now, 3 decades. This now is at 55K, 18.25 meters. Nicely done. No worries there for Brandon Waters, a men's 3 competitor. And now he'll get to shorten down to the 60-meter line, or 22 off. All right, then, we got Brandon Waters on the water. Now he's gone through 55, 18.25 meters. If there is a little bit of dead air between some of these buoys or some of the passes, just trying to take my opportunity to indulge a little upon Jimmy Johns. Looking good. Looking strong. Brandon Waters, getting in a little bit deep there. And he's going to get 2 buoys on 16 meters for Brandon Waters. 2 on 16 there is going to end up being his best score, I believe. His score for this round at the least. Actually, I believe he got 6 on this pass in the first round, but didn't get the continuation beyond that. So, but to Brandon Waters, a middle score there with 2 on 16 meters to represent his score in round number 2. Well, hey, folks. Good afternoon. My name's Tony Lightfoot. Great to have you on board. And these are the sponsors here. Nautique, Syndicate, Mike and Kerry Morgan, Michael Demello, JackTravers.com, Ski Doc, and also Ski with Wade. Thanking those guys very, very much indeed for their support. Our webcast is brought to you by Ski with Wade, Syndicate by HO, and JackTravers.com. $55K, 14.25 meters. This is going to be Skip Hummel. Liking his moves out there. 55, 14.25 meters. Riding that Denali slalom ski. Doing a fine job with that. What can I tell you about him? Age 61, who comes to us from Pembroke in Massachusetts. He's a self-employed carpenter. And he's also an ex-lobster fisherman as well. Which might actually make him from Maine rather than Massachusetts. But there you go. His personal best is 5 at 38 off. And he belongs to Sunset Lakes Water Ski Club. All right, here we go now. This is Skip Hummel. Getting broken over a little bit from 2 to 3, but he's still rocking it out there. There you go, just trying to keep things nice and calm and just allowing the ski to fully rotate the way that it's designed to do. And that is Skip Hummel with that run of 13 meters, as a matter of fact. His 1.5 on 12 meters appears to be the consensus, and not an awful lot to disagree with 1.5 right there. So with Skip Hummel there, that is 1.5 on 12 meters. We should see Mark Needham come up next. All right, next competitor up is going to be Mark Needham. We'll get the speed for him shortly. Okay, if based upon previous experience of seeing Mark Needham, if he hasn't changed in this round compared to his second, it is 55.14. 55K, 14.25 meters, same as the previous 2 rounds. Comes Mark Needham. So Mark Needham at 14.25 meters, looking looking very, very smooth and very strong out there. Mark Needham, who is a resident of Claremont in Florida. He's been competing since the age of 38, which means he's been competing for the best part of 26 years. He is age 64, mind you. His personal best is 4 at 39.5 off, but he does stress that that was produced a while ago now. And has said that his best experience within water skiing was watching from the safety boat when Andy Mapple opted up to run a tailwind 39.5 off pass at the Worlds over at Swiss. Here we go right now. This is Mark Needham. 32 off, or 13 meters. Keeping the flow going.
Is this your hat? Oh, yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Good catch. Yeah. Had a little hook on you. I call my time. I need to wake up around this turn for that. Alrighty.
All right, so we got Mark Shaw coming back into the course. Mark Shaw, 55K, 14.25 meter start. So, Mark Shaw getting through with the opening pass of 14.25 meters. And Mark Shaw, let me see if I can scrounge up some information on him. Mark Shaw, he's got plenty to put on an announcer sheet. His age 48, 5'9", 170. His personal best is 2 at 41 off. I would surmise that will be at 55K. He's the 45 plus world overall champion, second in jump in those championships. 2019 Pan Am overall slalom trick jump champion, 17 Pan Am gold medals out of 20. Man alive, he's pretty much done it all within the over 45s. We'll see what he can do out there on the slalom course. Those of you tuning back in, we had a momentary disconnect with our broadband, but we should be back online now. Thank you very much for your patience. Here comes Mark Shaw. Actually went in at 13 meters for his opener, so this is at 35 off. 35 off for Mark Shaw. Nicely done. At 35 off, no worries there at all. Able to massage his way through that pass without any difficulties at all. All right, now it's going to be 11.25 meters. He started in on 13 meters, came back on 12. This is 11.25 meters. The boat speed is at the maximum for Mazda's men with the division that he competes under. This is 38 off, 55K. Looking in very, very good shape indeed. And I like what he's doing out there. No worries at all for Mark Shaw. All right then, so we've got Mark Shaw, who's cleared 3 passes already and now on to his 4th. This is 10.75 meters. Two at 39.5 off is among the better of the scores that we've seen from him so far. This is number 2, 39.5 off. Long pulls inside number 3, so it's going to be 2 at 10.75 meters. That represents the score in this round for Mark Shaw. 2 at 39. All right, then, working away through the amateur competition. Randy Talley is our next competitor, age 66, from Granbury in Texas. All right, here we go. Randy Talley. So running the opener with no worries there at all. All right, so Randy Talley, we're looking at this once again. Believe this is at 49K, 18.25 meters, which I believe would be consistent with what he started at in the rounds before now. Randy Talley, yes, 49.18. And now moving up to 52K. All right, so we're at 49K, 18.25 meters, and we're still on 18.25 meters for Randy Talley now. Looking good, looking all right, up to a certain point. Number 3, unfortunately, unable to get all the way through, so it's going to be 2.5 at 52K, 18.25 meters for Randy Talley as we work our way through our amateur list of skiers. All right, so moving on from Randy Talley, our next competitor up on this list, Dan Brazier. So Dan Brazier on the water. He's getting, I believe he went in at 55K. All right, so Dan Brazier looking at his instant replay, not looking too bad, I would say, for the majority of that pass. Dan Brazier, who grew up in Hawaii, but has made this facility his home. $52K now. This is 14.25 meters for Dan Brazier. Here he comes, Dan Brazier. So not getting too far down that pass, I'm afraid. So not looking bad at all. So Dan Brazier started off at 52.16 and ended up on 14.25 meters. That is 2 on 14.25 meters. That is for Dan Brazier. All right. All right, next competitor up should be Greg Chapman. All right, 52K, 16 meters for Greg Chapman. Just to remind you that that there is a clinic and camp with Skied with Wade fall camp, October the 12th to the 14th at Jack Travers Ski School. You can find out more information on that with skiatwade.com, skiwithwade.com. Find out more information on that. And Greg Chapman getting into all kinds of difficulty off buoy number 1 in towards number 2. Well, maybe not so much off buoy number 1, but round number 2 tries to load up and just couldn't really hook up, so it's going to be half 1 and 1/2 buoy. All right then, folks, next competitor up, I believe is Michael Demello from Portugal. 14.25 meters at 52K. He too, one of our elder statesmen in this event. He's actually men's 7. Made it into 12 meters yesterday, I believe. Here we go, Michael Demello. Certainly skiing a lot more sprightly than he did yesterday. Even though he made it through to the 12-meter line. This is Michael Demello. All right, so Michael Demello coming back in just a moment or so, having cleared 14.25 meters. Didn't do so well in round number 1, did a lot better in round number 2. Let's see what our homeowner here at Sunset Lakes can produce here on this course. It is a 13-meter attempt right here for Michael Demello. Good rotation off number 4. There you go, round all 6 buoys, 13 meters for Michael Demello. Right, Michael Demello looking all right. Of 13 meters, let's see how he fares on 12. All right, here comes Michael. Let's see what he's got. Rotating in, looking strong. Oh, around buoy number 1. Can he make it outside buoy number 2? He can. Can he S-turn? Yeah, there you go. It's 2 on 12 for Michael Demello. One of our supporters of this event, one of our sponsors. We thank him and all of our other sponsors. Thank you very much indeed for your help and assistance. It is going to be a 2 buoy count on 12 meters, and boy, did he ever S-turn. Handle up high, gets the slack line. There you go. Just before the next set of boat guides. 2 at 12 for Michael Demello. So we're moving on from one section of our amateurs to the last stanza of amateur skiers. Frederico Jaramillo is going to be first, followed by Dave Wingert, Luisa Jaramillo, Cleo Stern, and Sage Potbecker, and then we'll go into the remaining 9 skiers. 3 pro women, 6 pro men. Coming in on the open pass of 13 meters, this is Frederico Jaramillo. So, current junior world slalom champion, Pan American slalom champion, Latin American champion, 2 times junior master slalom champion. That is Frederico Jaramillo. He's originally from Bogota in Colombia and currently makes his home in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, where he attends South Walton High School. He's a graduating senior, and obviously aspirations of college will be imminent soon. But for Frederico at 13 meters, in good shape. We'll see what he can do with the passes to come. Starting off with 12. And a sprightly start to 35 off there for Frederico. 12-meter line. Looking good. Frederico at 35. I like what he's got. All right, so 35 off now, getting ready for 38. That is Frederico. All right then, folks. Looks like we've got Frederico Jaramillo on the water, and sitting next to me here in the announcer's point is Michael Demello. If you could bring that microphone just a little closer there, or bring yourself closer to it. So, Michael, you're skiing pretty good out there. Gone into 12 meters in the last 2 rounds. Must be pretty stoked about that.
Yes, it's my opening tournament at in men's 7. So I started skiing at 32 miles an hour last week. And so it's a nice 2 scores in a tournament. So yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm looking forward to more of this. And I'd like to give a word of thanks to all you guys for all the work you guys are doing here by publicizing this. It's tremendous. I mean, our sport really needs all the help it can get, and making it so visible and so easy to look at is just incredible.
Why, thank you. We certainly appreciate that, everyone within TWBC. But I mean, your support of this kind of events is very, very crucial as well. You're one of the sponsors, along with Mike and Kerry Morgan, Ski Doc, Jack Travers, Syndicate, a couple of other sponsors thrown in there off memory. But I mean, what kind of motivated you to get involved from the outset in supporting this tournament right from year one?
The fact that this tournament brings together the best men and now women skiers and regular skiers, and that we can all spend time together, and that we manage to do things and that we get to be scored on an equal basis. For the first time in my life, and probably the last time in my life, yesterday I can say that I equaled Will Asher, because I shot 9 out of 10 and he shot 9 out of 10. I don't think anything like that's going to happen anytime soon again, but that's the motivation to sponsoring an event like that. It brings us all up to the same level, and I think it helps the sport. And
all right.
Special thanks to John Travers and the Travers family for putting it on.
Excellent stuff. We appreciate you, sir, and we're having a look at 39.5 off. That's Frederico. He had an okay start, didn't quite make it all the way through to the end, but that is Frederico. We'll take one last look at the instant replay. Just got a little reared up into buoy number 1, good extension, but ski making contact with the line. There is a very, very slight tailwind here. Okay. So that is Frederico, and like to go on record by saying thanks to you once again, Michael Demello, and with that we're going to cross over to Wade Cox in just a couple of moments,
Thank you.
he has a special guest on the dock. But once again, thank you again, sir.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, crossing over to Wade. What you got, sir?
Hi, I'm on the dock again. Now I'm with Luisa Jaramillo, and I'm sorry I messed that up. You watch your brother Frederico ski. You got one more round. What are we looking for you out of this round?
Well, he actually skied pretty good. He got a good start at 39, and I hope I can get into 39 also like he did, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Tear it up out there, girl. Send it back to you, Tony.
And Dave Wingert is now on the water at 28 off for his opening pass. So 14.25 meters. Equal to the task there. He's come to us from Washington State. Skis over at Hilltop Lake. And he is the top dog at Syndicate brand skis by HO. All right, so we've seen Dave Wingert, and let's cross on over to Wade. What you got?
Hey, thanks, guys. Wade Cox on the dock again. Now I've got Clea Stern, who's a new resident here at the Travers Sunset Lake. So what's it like living and training here now?
Oh, it's incredible. I ski with Natalia all the time. She's really taken my trick scores and jump scores through the roof, and I love skiing here. We're from Pennsylvania, so our season was very short, and now the idea of training in the winter is something in my future. So,
well, awesome. And in Natalia, we're talking about John's wife, now new mommy. So things are changing around here. New residents. Check it out. Thanks, Tony.
All right. We got Dave Wingert. Thanks a lot there, Wade and Clea. Nicely done there from Dave Wingert with a 30-meter pass, and looking very smooth on that Syndicate slalom ski. Should be fairly smooth on that ski. He built it. But there you go. And they've been working on quite a few things over there at the factory in Washington State. Can't really divulge too much of what I saw up there, but it certainly utilizes some of the latest engineering technology to construct the lightweight core and to wrap it in carbon fiber and all the other accoutrements that go into producing a top-level slalom ski. Dave Wingert now is 14.25 meters. In the foreground there in your shot, there's Luisa Jaramillo. Next to her, a brother who had just skied and gotten two at 10.75 meters. That's Frederico. .35 off, all getting a little bit pitched out and buffeted there off number one, but he's still in the game, still very much there for number four. Keeping himself in check there, and a 6 buoy count on 12 meters for Dave Wingert. All right, boat accelerating up to speed. Dave Wingert now. Oh, at 38 off, getting in a little bit deep. Half a buoy at 11.25 meters, 38 off for Dave Wingert. That signals the end of his effort during this weekend. And he will leave the way open for our next competitor, who should be Luisa Jaramillo. Oh, it looked like his instant replay indicating that he may have hurt himself a little bit. We'll take a look and find out why. Entrance gate number 1, handle up. Oh, I think the driver and the boat crew got more of that than Dave himself. So half a buoy there for Dave Wingert at 10.75. All right. Standing there on the dock waiting for her turn is Luisa Jaramillo.
He said, Trey, I can have her ready to go here.
Yeah. One second.
The roll popped down? The roll popped down?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Let me just check that. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Sorry, Luisa.
You're good.
All right, lo siento. 32, 32 B1.
32 B1, 55, please.
I don't know. No, the rope's fine. I mean, it was a 38. I don't see anything.
All right, so Luisa Jaramillo deciding to go in on 13 meters for her opening pass. There in the boat with the camera is Alicia Bagnoli, and at the helm is Les Todd. See what they've got for Luisa Jaramillo. 13-meter start, not a pass that she's accustomed to starting off with. All right, so. All right, that's Luisa Jaramillo. We're going to cross over to the dock where we find Wade with Sage.
Hey guys, I'm on the dock here with Sage Potbecker, and I've actually had the privilege of skiing with you and your dad at your home lake in Avon, Connecticut. But so you're quite the champion on skiing in quite a few nationals, huh?
Yeah, my first nationals was my last year at girls too, so I've gone to 4. Yeah.
And so you are a senior now, so you will be going to college. You making any decisions?
No, I haven't decided yet, but I do plan on skiing in college, so yeah.
So do we have like a wish list, maybe 3 schools or 5 schools?
I've applied to ULL, Bama, and Florida Southern, so.
Well, there we go. Good luck, both on the water and off. Back to you, Tony.
Returning back to the water right now. Thanks a lot, Wade and Sage. And now we're going to bring on Luisa Jaramillo. It's going to be 12 meters now, this soon into the set. She started off with 13 meters. Now this is 12, 35 off. Looking all right. Trying not to get trapped here on this particular run. Round 4, 5, and all the way to 6. Makes a play on 6 and gets it. 6 buoy count on 12 meters for Luisa Jaramillo. All right, so Luisa, as I said before, not used to starting on the 13-meter line. Age 17, a graduating senior at South Walton High School next to Santa Rosa Beach in Florida. Her personal best is 1 at 39.5 off, which is 1 buoy more than the completion of this pass, which is 38. Round buoy number 1. Good strike. Good to go. Round number 2. Breaks forward and gets 2 at 38 off. 2 at 11.25 meters is going to be the score that will be given to Luisa Jaramillo. So the Colombian national record holder with 1 buoy at 39.5 off will have to make do with 2 buoys at 38 this time around. But good skiing nonetheless. Here in the amateur section of the competition, this is the second and final part of the amateurs in round 3.
Probably. Yes, I'm sure we'll do a 10-minute break.
All right, now we're down to our final 2 competitors in the amateur competition. We're going to see Sage Potbecker very, very soon, but before her is going to be Claire Stern. At 52K, 16 meters, it is Claire Stern. Girls 5, which means that she'll be going out to 55K before she shortens. Skiing out of Lockhaven, Pennsylvania. But we find her home in Groveland now. It's been competing since the age of 13 and age 16 today. It is Claire Stern. Personal best is 1 buoy at 32 off, so she's got a ways to go before she gets there, including going up to 55k. And let's cross over to Wade and find out who's her doc. In just a moment, we'll get over to him. So I'm looking at Claire Stern. And taking the hit off number 5 in round number 6. Here we go.
Thanks, Tony. I'm on the dock here with our first finalist, Elizabeth Montavon. Another podium finish, right? You got to be getting wrapped, huh?
Yeah, I'm really stoked. You know, it's my second podium finish of the season. Really didn't see this coming, but yeah, I'm super happy, and this is just the fun round now.
No, really, I'm glad you brought that up because it really is like I was almost saying when you get to the finals, you get a paycheck. We already just talked about you're on the podium, so you get to go out sort of a little different energy, a different mindset than certainly that first round when you're trying to qualify.
Yeah, you know, what I'd really like to see myself do better this round is not rock up so much onto the front of the ski into the buoy so that I'm not faced with that back foot exit out of the turn. So that's really going to be my focus this round is can I really stay balanced on my ski, every buoy, every pass. That would be a win for me today.
Hey, for those of you guys at home, listen up. She seems to got it figured out. Thanks, Tony.
All right, and back on, we've got Claire Stern. We're taking a look at the instant replay. She successfully run the 55K at 16 meters. So we'll look forward to seeing more of her with 14.25 meters. Now we've achieved maximum speed and run it. The line gets shorter from here on out with each successive pass. Claire Stern's personal best is 1 at 32 off, although I do suspect she may have actually cleaned better than that, so she improved upon her personal best in the competition, earlier part of the competition. Claire Stern actually scored 3 at 32 off, so 2 buoy addition on top of her PB coming into this event. All right, coming back in, 14.25 meters or 28 off. This is Claire Stern. Come on, Claire. Rocking it. Little bit of a delay off number 4. Gets round number 5. Does she make it for 6? Not quite. So it looks like it's not going to be anywhere close to what she produced in the round before. It's going to be 5 on 14.25 meters. 5 at 28 off for Claire Stern. All right, so looking at Claire Stern one last time with her return off number 4, just getting that little bit of a delay and having to pull extra long. Round number 5, and that's all she wrote. And the starting dock, we'll see Wade Cox with Dave Wingert.
Hey, at the dock again with Soundgarden, or known as Dave Wingert to his mom and dad. But hey, you're a working man, vice president of HO Syndicate, so here's a sponsor. But how was your weekend, man? You're an avid water skier as well.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, this is a great event. It's actually the first time I've been here, so to sponsor it and to ski in it is amazing. We get to ski with all the pros and shoot guns and play Topgolf, so what more could you ask for?
And for those of you guys that don't know, he's one heck of a skier. Had one really suitable round that you had a really good look at 39. So, yeah, you're skiing also at 36 miles an hour versus 34. So, yeah, taking big swings.
Yeah, I'm still trying to hang it out there. I mean, I'm 40 years old, skiing at 36, and I ran a couple at 39. So, yeah, I was stoked with that. That's good for me, and yeah, just want to keep going for it.
For you working guys at home, no excuses. Thanks, Dave. Back to you, Tony.
Okay, Sage Potbecker, 55, 16 meters, opening pass. Sage Potbecker, last of our amateur skiers to compete in this event today. Looking smooth for the most part. Getting settled into the run and not looking bad at all, it seems. So that is Sage Potbecker. All right, so Sage there. We're 55 on 22. And getting ready for the next run. Sage Potbecker is girls 5, which means having cleared 34 miles an hour at 22 off, she'll now go to 28 off for the next run. Making a good play on that that number 2 ball, getting round 3, a little flat into 4, but good little rhythm here off number 5 and straight towards number 6. Nicely done, Sage Potbecker. Now that's through 14. Now she's going to get up set up for 32 off or 13 meters. All right then, so Sage Potbecker on the water right now, continuing to roll here with this this competition. We got the pro women coming up next. After we get done with Sage, she continues to slalom. We're going to have to wait a little bit before we do. At 32 off, Sage Potbecker. Oh, nicely done, and getting ready for 35 off for the next run, Sage Potbecker. All right, so Sage, very, very smooth there for her. Didn't look to struggle by any way, shape, or form. As we have a look at Sage, the boat accelerating up to speed. Here she comes. This now is 35 off. Good start here at 35 off. A little rearing up on the back of the ski. That's going to affect how far she gets down course. I don't think she made much of a play there on number 4. However, the officials are scoring a 3.5. We believe. Okay, so that is Sage Potbecker. We're going to have a look at this one more time. One judge is scoring 3 1/4, but we'll see for absolute certain here using the camera angle. Oh, the handle came out of her hand before she actually got to Bowie's whip, so that would be, under my estimation, 3 instead of 4. So there we go. We've got some great skiing to come. We've got the pro women. We've got Elizabeth Montavon. We've got Jamie Bull and Manon Costar coming up for you in just a few moments. And we've also got the pro men taking to the water very, very shortly indeed. But and all that, the continuation of the 2020 Travers Grand Prix will come to you right after this.